A Paldean adventure event has officially started in Pokemon Go. And today, although I'm late, I'm running through all the tips and tricks you need to know for this event. So without further ado, let's get into it. So yes, guys, I'm officially back from my vacation. It was amazing time to get away, but I'm back, excited to get back into things. The new season, Paldea, everything's going down. Man, I'm really hyped for Pokemon Go right now. Nonetheless, let's get right into it. A Paldean adventure event going down September 5th to September 10th. This will then follow up with another Ultra Unlock event, which I'll have a separate tips video on about, but right now we're talking about the 5-day event. During this event, we're gonna have 4 times catch Stardust, 4 times catch XP, and Pokestops might randomly turn golden, which means you get more items from spinning them. So literally some insane bonuses. In the wild, we're going to see Hoppip, Houndour, Buizel, Fletchling, the new Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxly, and finally Lechonk all in the wild. As you might have noticed, Hoppip, Houndour, Buizel, and Fletchling all do have boosted shiny odds during this event. We'll also have 7-kilometer eggs hatching Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Lechonk. 1-star raids will have Unknown A, D, E, L, and P. 3-star raids will have Machamp, Camerupt, Metagross, and Turtonator. 5-star raids will have Celesteela in the southern hemisphere until the 8th, and Kartana in the reverse hemispheres of what I just said. Finally, in Mega Raids, Mega Manectric. We'll also have exclusive Pokestop showcases from September 5th to September 8th. We will have Lechonk. We'll also have some exclusive research going down during the event, with the field research starting with catch 3 Pokemon for a Lechonk encounter, catch 9 Pokemon for either a Sprigatito, Fuecoco, or a Quaxly encounter, and hatch an egg for 750 Stardust. There'll also be a Paldean adventure branching special research story timeline, which will require you to choose your starter. Page 1 will be catch 8 Pokemon, which will then give you the option to choose Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly, which we'll talk about which one's the best further in this video. I will put what we know for the Sprigatito questline, the Fuecoco questline, and finally the Quaxly questline on screen, but do note at the time of making this video, we still don't know what everything is for these, but really the only thing that's really seems to change is what starter Pokemon you get, so up to you. There'll also be an exclusive timed research task for Lechonk, as you can see, getting you a bunch of Lechonk encounters, in which Lechonk can be shiny, so if you are looking for this one, it's great. And finally, collection challenges with the Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Lechonk collection challenge, which will get you a bunch of Lechonk encounters, so definitely go ahead and complete those if you want to try to get that shiny Lechonk. Finally, we'll have some new avatar items you can check out that you can buy in the shop right now. Okay, with the event details out of the way, let's get right into the tips, starting with, of course, the best wild spawns, in which I know a lot of you guys are wondering with all these new Pokemon. Starting off with Hoppip, which evolves into Jumpluff. Jumpluff does see some play in the Great League in some limited cups. We also have Houndour, which evolves into Houndoom. Mega Houndoom, of course, is in the game right now, so definitely get some XL candies for that Pokemon or a good IV. We also have Fletchling in there, which evolves into Talonflame. Talonflame, decent in the Great League and the Ultra League with the Legacy Incinerate. And that moves us into the new Pokemon. First, we have Sprigatito, which evolves into the Pokemon Meowscarada. In the Great League, Meowscarada is going to see a rank of 348, in the Ultra League 309, and the Master League 220. Overall, Meowscarada not going to be the strongest PvP Pokemon just because it is pretty squishy, doesn't have a lot of bulk, and overall not the best moveset, although the moveset is decent. Meowscarada actually seems to be a decent grass type raid attacker, being the number 4 overall, not legendary, not shadow, or not mega grass type. So for budget people who want a good grass type attacker, it's not bad to go after Meowscarada. That moves us into Fuecoco, which evolves into Skeledridge. I'm not really sure how to say this Pokemon's name. In the Great League, Skeledridge is seeing a rank of 209, in the Ultra League 123, and in the Master League 143, with actually a pretty decent moveset. This thing also does have a decent stamina stat, so it's not terrible. Overall, though, you're not going to see this thing as meta relevant in any of the 3 leagues. However, it might see some play in some limited metas. However, unfortunately, as an raid attacker, Skeledridge not going to be very good. So many better budget Pokemon. You can really avoid that thing for the raid attackers. Finally, that leaves us with Quaxly, which evolves into Quagquaval. In the Great League, this Pokemon is seeing a rank of 231, in the Ultra League 136, and the Master League 207. Actually has a decent moveset, Wing Attack, Close Combat, and Aerial Ace, which is pretty strong, but again, is suffering from the fact that it doesn't have the greatest stats. It is a fighting and water type Pokemon, and we all know Poliwrath is just a way better choice for that type. As far as raids as well, this Pokemon pretty far down on the budget choice, and I wouldn't really invest in one. Better off with going something like a Swampert, which just already has access to Hydro Cannon. Finally, leaves us with Lechonk, which evolves into Oinkologne. The male and the female version of Oinkologne seem to have different stats, so definitely grab a female Oinkologne if you can, because it's bulkier and will have a rank of of 103 in the Great League and 133 in the Ultra League. Out of all the PvP Pokemon, I would say the evolution of Lechonk, Oinkologne is going to be the best with the moveset of Tackle, Body Slam, and Dig, working similar to something like a Vigoroth kind of. Again, although none of these Paldean Pokemon are gonna break the meta and be absolutely insanely strong, to break it down simply, for PvP, you can take a look at Skeledredge and Oinkologne as probably two of the best, and for raids, Meowscarada. Other than that, these Pokemon are just dex fillers for now. With the best Pokemon out of the way, let's get into the raids. What are the best raids? Starting with the unknown raids and the 1-stars. Again, unknown raids are usually a huge money grab, not really worth it, but I still recommend doing each one of these unknown raids, and we'll talk about why further in the video. In the 3-stars, we have Machamp, which of course is a good fighting type raid attacker. We have Camerupt, which does have a mega form in the future, so you can raid that. We have Metagross, which does have a mega form in the future, also a good steel type raid attacker, and that's about it. Finally, in the 5-star raids, definitely focus on Kartana instead of Celesteela if you can. Kartana being the #1 grass type raid attacker in the game, and Mega Manectric in the mega raids, which is the #1 electric type raid attacking mega in the game, so definitely worth raiding. Now, with all the best out of the way, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the bonus. We have the best bonus in Pokemon Go ever for any event, 4 times catch Stardust and 4 times catch XP from catching Pokemon. Not even community days have this amount of bonuses. So even if you don't care about the Pokemon spawn during this event, definitely if you need to level up, if you need XP, or if you even need Stardust to power up Pokemon, play during this event. It can even be worth to put on a star piece. On a star piece, catching a Pokemon during this event is 600 Stardust. That's like catching 6 Pokemon in one. This is an amazing event. I'm going to be grinding it, not even just for the Pokemon, just for these games. The other resource you can also get more of during this event for any of these Paldean Pokemon is going to be candy. So let's run through my candy tips real quick. Using Pineapple Berries will multiply your catch candy by 2 and Silvers by 2.34. So definitely use Pineapple Berries on any Pokemon you want extra candies for during this event, like Houndour or even Lechonk, for example. You can also Mega Evolve Pokemon. If you don't know when you Mega Evolve Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch that shares a type with that Mega, you'll get more candy and more XL candy and more XP. What Mega should you Mega Evolve during this event? It's kind of hard to say, but what I would go with would probably be a Primal Groudon. Primal Groudon is going to boost candies for fire types, for grass types, and for ground types. That's going to include Hoppip, Houndour, Sprigatito, and Fuecoco. Primal Groudon's the way to go during this event. Finally, you can go ahead and trade away Pokemon. If you don't know, every time you trade away a Pokemon, if the distance between those 2 Pokemon being traded is over 100 kilometers, meaning if your friend went on a vacation and has some Pokemon caught from far away, every time you trade away a Pokemon, you'll get a guaranteed XL candy. So if you want to try to grind candies or XL candies for any of these Pokemon, for example, Fuecoco, you can catch a bunch of them and then trade them to a friend for Pokemon caught on vacation to get extra candies. Finally, that moves us into the last section of this video, which is going to be our Platinum Medal tips, because you need 35 Platinum Medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. So I want to run through what are the best ones to work on during this event. Of course, the type medals to start off with. If there's any Pokemon spawned during this event, that is any of these types. For example, the Kindler medal, we have Fuecoco spawning and Fletchling. You can catch those Pokemon to get you points towards these medals. We also have the Rising Star medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. Even if you don't want to raid one of these raid bosses, it's definitely worth raiding them at least once to get a point towards this medal. For example, if you've never raided a Camerupt in raids, do one Camerupt raid, it'll get you a point towards this medal. Now, remember when I said you might want to get those unknown raids? That's because the unknown medal catch 28 unknowns, which requires you to catch all 28 letters of unknown. What you can do here is you can actually come into your Pokedex here, come into Johto, click on unknown, and it'll show you all the unknowns you've caught. So I can check here, have I gotten an unknown A? Yes, I have, so I don't have to raid that one. I've gotten an unknown E, I don't have to raid that one. I have the unknown D, but I don't think I have the unknown L, so that's going to be an unknown I'm going to want to raid. Finally, the last medal is going to be a new medal, of course, the Paldea medal. Discover 103 Pokemon, discover in the Paldea region. We obviously don't have them all, but this is the Paldea event. It's released these Pokemon, so definitely try to Pokedex all of them to get started on this new medal we have in Pokemon Go. And with that being said, that is pretty much the Paldean adventure tips. I hope you guys are having fun with this event because it is already live, and if I missed any tips, let me know because I haven't personally played this event yet, but I do want to get this video out. I'm sorry I was late. I was literally flying yesterday. I was literally in a plane yesterday. That's gonna be it. Stay tuned for the Ultra Unlock tips and tricks video, and we'll see you all in the next one. Follow for more tips. Peace.